I'm Jodie Mose, and I'm a corporal in the Air Reserve at 14 Wing Greenwood.
I'm her husband, John Saunders. I'm retired. I did just short of 24 years in the military, and then did some contract work overseas. I have my own issues that I've carried forth after the military or whatever, and I found that like our relationship was really good to sort of keep me grounded. I think we're a fantastic team.
Yeah, I went to Mali, Africa for 7.5 months. I would say it was an excellent deployment. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, really liked the people. It was my first, so I have nothing to compare it to. I was told afterwards it was maybe not the best, but I had a great time. Though I will say it was a huge adjustment for us for when I came home.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. You know, I was always the guy who went away, right? And now the tables are turned, and it's like, I don't like it. You know, it's like...
We didn't talk, like we probably actually FaceTimed maybe twice a week, and that sometimes was questionable just because the connection wasn't always there. And then because there were, 5 to 50 of your closest friends all trying to use that same internet, how real is the conversation you're having with your spouse when people are in the background and can hear it? So we definitely had that disconnect where we were talking, but we weren't talking about things that matter. The high of coming home lasts a period of time, right? So you have your 2 half days where you go in, and honestly, I was feeling great. I was back home, I was seeing my people at work, seeing John, life was good. So that was 2 days, and then I had the weekend. I'm still feeling good. It was like Monday or Tuesday that I finally had enough sleep that I went, I am not good. This is not good. Things have gone sideways. I don't know what to do with myself.
I've been seeing someone regularly for several years now, and so made a call to her, and we were able to get in for a couples session, and yeah, that went really well. I just said, okay, just pick a hotel in Halifax, and go pack your bags, and we'll send you to the city for a few days to just have a bit better of a decompression time or whatever, and just think about things or whatever, and yeah, give her a kiss, send her off to the city for a few days, and yeah, when she came back, it was like night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's strange because one would think all you want is to get back in your own space and kind of get your wits about you and figure things out again, but I absolutely needed not to be in my own space. There's reflections to be had after the fact, right? Like, I come home and I really thought we were going to have that honeymoon period and thought that everything was going to be amazing right off the bat, and then the reality was I needed some quiet time to kind of regroup. But John had been waiting and waiting and waiting. He didn't need that quiet time. So all of a sudden he's trying to bring me on board with all of the plans that he had made. He had plans for weeks when I got home, and I didn't want to do anything. And that's all he wanted was, these people are waiting to see us, and we can't do this, we can't do this. And all I could think was, we can't squeeze 7 months worth of activities into 2 months here, so cool your jets. There were definitely days when we woke up and one of us would say, let's be extra kind to each other today. And that was kind of a notice, like, hey, I'm not having a real good day, and I already know that, so I'm going to need you to maybe be slightly more sensitive to that. Though when it comes to being sensitive, I'm probably worse. Worse, aren't I?
I'm the better man.
Yeah, he is the better man.
Yeah. You really can't take anything for granted. You really gotta, you gotta get that level of communication going to, determine where each person is at, and then make a plan from there.
Perspective. Give yourself some time to kind of step back and see the good stuff.
Yeah, focus on the good stuff. Yeah.
And maybe tap into a third party if you need to. We are in a great place. We've had a pretty fantastic, right from the start relationship that's been exciting and fun and lots of things going on. The deployment was great. Everything has been good and positive, and yet things went a little sideways, and that's okay. And I think saying that is maybe makes it easier for other people to acknowledge that,
to be prepared for something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not until you come home and interact again with your family, and
Right.
That's I guess when you're going to find out how things are going, right? But just to be ready to reach out and ask for help if you need it.